In this video, I'm going to walk you through how I launch webinar and VSL ads. So I have this handy dandy Google document. So basically this is how I launch every test, right? Because we don't know what is exactly going to work, right? And so this is the way that I have found the easiest to launch webinar or VSL ads. It works for either. This is also the same way that I launch challenges, ebooks, pretty much any type of conversion campaign. I am going to start with this sandbox structure. Okay. Now, this is what this actually looks like. Okay. So basically it's the same campaign. We're going to use 5 broad audiences. I've got some typos here, but this should be broad audience D, broad audience E. So basically we're going to have 5 different broad audiences. Now broad is like digital marketing, conversion marketing, content creation, like very, very broad. That's super important. We want to go as broad as possible. Now, a lot of times people will be like, well, Laurel, can I just do open? I hear that you do open. And I tell people, if you don't have a lot of pixel data, we want to give Facebook some direction, but we don't want to give it so targeted that your ads are going to be super expensive. The algorithm is indeed very, very smart. And so I always start off with broad audiences. And so you could see here, we're going to have 5 different broad audiences, and then we're going to use these same 5 ad angles throughout. Okay. So the audiences are going to be each of their own ad sets. So one campaign, 5 ad sets with 5 different broad audiences, and then the same 5 angles under each. Okay. Now here's the way that I actually break out ad angles. Okay. So this is what I'm going to use. So basically angle number 1, I'm going to mirror the landing page. And so if the landing page says, use these $5 ads in order to get 30 to 40x ROAS, I'm going to make a carbon copy of that landing page and I'm going to use it as the ad, and I'm going to do a video version of it. This could be a Reels video. This could be a horizontal video, doesn't matter. And I'm also going to do a graphic version of this. Okay. So basically this is what I'm going to use inside that first ad set. Okay. I'm going to probably do 3 different types of graphics and then maybe 2 videos. I might do a horizontal video version. I might do a vertical version for stories and reels. And then I might do 3 different graphics, right? So we're going to have all of those different ones underneath the same angle. Okay. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. So I'm going to give Facebook as many different types of creative. I think it's called Flex Media now. Facebook keeps changing it. So I'm going to do that. Now, angle number 2, I'm going to pick problems. So let's say that my webinar or VSL is outlining 3 problems. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a power content. I like to call it a power nugget because it's like a 60-second version of a piece of power content. And what I'm going to do is usually webinars or VSLs usually break down 3 problems. So let's say problem number 1 is they're not getting their landing page to convert, right? Let's say I'm doing a webinar and problem number 1 is I'm explaining how to get landing pages to convert. And then let's say problem number 2 and problem number 3 are how to get more people to watch your webinar, and then how to close people on those webinars, right? So that would be each of those problems. So I might do an entire video giving away the form of how to actually solve this problem. And then I'm like, look, that's only problem number 1. You also need to know how to close people over the phone. And you also need to know how to close people to get more people to watch your webinar, right? So I'm going to do a power nugget on that. I'm going to help people give away the form on solving that first problem. Then I'm going to tell people if they register for this live workshop or pre-recorded video or whatever, click the link below and they'll learn how to solve the other 2 problems. And so that's how I'm going to go with problem number 1, problem number 2, and problem number 3. Okay. So I'm basically just giving value and then teasing that they're going to find out the other 2 solutions to those other 2 problems if they come to the live webinar or if they watch the instant video, however you do it, right? And this is the same way, whether you're doing an ebook, whether you're doing a challenge, whether you're doing VSL, I'm using this same structure. So now we've got 4 different angles. And then angle number 5 is one that's really fun. And this is something that I learned from Billie Jean. And I'm going to do different creatives with this. Again, we're using Flex Media. So if we go back to the campaign setup, we're going to have one campaign. We're going to have 5 ad sets with broad audiences, right? A different broad audience in each. And then we're going to use the same 5 ad angles in each of those. Okay. And we're going to use Flex Media in each of those. Okay. So this would be Flex media ad number 1, flex media ad number 2, flex media ad number 3, flex media ad number 4, flex media ad number 5. Okay, so I'm just giving Facebook different types of media to go with each angle. So you can see here, that's the setup. Now, angle number 5, nothing more frustrating. Very easy framework, okay? So for instance, you probably have seen one of my ads that says there's nothing more frustrating than ad agencies. You know, you're left with hardly any money at the end of the month because they've just taken all your profits into agency fees. 2, you have no idea what they're doing inside your ads manager, blah, 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 right? I just list 3 reasons why ad agencies are frustrating. And then I just say, click here to see a better option. And then it takes people straight to the actual pitch, okay? So that's pretty easy. I would probably use that as a Reels video. I would probably use it as a couple of different graphics. I'd probably use it as a story ad. Again, we're just giving Facebook as many different formats of media in each of these ad sets. So ad set number 1 would have all 5 of these underneath it, right? And then all we're going to do is we're going to take the same ads and we're going to then throw them in the next ad set and follow. So just to kind of sum up what we're doing, one campaign, and we're using ABO here. Now, here's the deal. I freaking love using campaign budget optimization, which is where you're setting the budget at the campaign level and letting Facebook figure it out. A lot of my clients don't like losing that much control. And so this is the ABO version of it. The structure is exactly the same, guys. You just have more control over the budget at the ad set level versus the campaign level. So hopefully that makes sense. And if you guys have any questions at all, drop them below this video and I will personally answer every single question that is asked as long as you drop it below this video. Don't go into my DMs, drop it below this video and I will get back to you.